Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are an overseas qualified dental therapist, if you are a dental therapist qualified in another country that is not New Zealand, this is a good news. You can move to New Zealand and start practicing as a dental therapist. You can move with your dependents. And the good news is practicing in New Zealand as a dental therapist will get you what we call straight to resident visa in New Zealand. Okay, because working as a dental therapist in New Zealand is under the Tier 1 working visa pattern. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to register with the New Zealand Dental Council, because for you to have this access of practicing in New Zealand, you have to be registered with the New Zealand Dental Council. And to register with them, it is very, very simple. You have two ways that you can actually register with them. So I'm going to be showing you this in this video. So stay tuned. You're going to get a lot of value from this video. And kindly subscribe, because I bring you dental opportunities and dental career guides and also dental tips. Okay, so stay with me, guys. Let me walk you through the best route of practicing in another country like New Zealand. New Zealand is actually a wonderful country to practice in as a dental therapist. So let's get started. You go to Google, then you type in new dental council New Zealand.org.nz. So it will get you to this interface, this website. So when you are logged in, I will be leaving this link on the description, so it's easy for you to click it afterwards. But follow me, because if you are not guided properly, you're going to make mistake in registration process, because it's kind of confusing. But with proper guidance, you will do the right thing. Okay, so when you sign into this website, the first one is you come to this phase here. The first one is I practice in New Zealand. The second one is I want to practice in New Zealand. So we're going to click on I want to practice in New Zealand. Okay, so it is loading. New Zealand is actually a nice country. It is close to Australia. All right, so you scroll down, you can see different you can see dentists and dental specialists, you can see dental hygienists. So if you're a qualified dental hygienist, you can as well register with them and have the opportunity of practicing in New Zealand. We have oral health therapists, clinical dental technicians, so whichever one you fall into. So if you know someone that is a dental technician, orthodontic auxiliary, oral health therapist, dentist, share this video with them. But for the sake of this video, we're going to be concentrating on dental therapist. So here I'm going to click on dental therapist. So it will lead us to this place. Remember, when you register with the New Zealand Dental Council, okay, you will be given their practicing license. So with that practicing license, you can apply for jobs, for dental jobs in New Zealand. And once you get the dental job in New Zealand, you can apply straight away. You can apply for a visa in New Zealand, and this visa is known as straight to residence visa. This straight to residence visa, you can get this visa, you can apply for this visa only when you have a job offer in New Zealand. Okay, so for you to get this for you to practice as a dental therapist and get this job offer, and get that straight to residence visa, you have to register. So this process is very important. Okay, so when you click on that dental therapist, they have different methods. You can see pathways for getting registration as a dental therapist in New Zealand. Okay, now they tell you to apply to register as an oral health practitioner under the health community. You must meet these three criteria. First, you must be fit for registration. You must have a prescribed qualification. If you don't have a prescribed qualification, you must have a qualification that assessed as being equivalent or satisfactory. Then you must complete to practice with the scope. Okay, So they have three ways. If you're from another country but you study in New Zealand, okay, your qualification is may be recognized in New Zealand. So they have another one, prescribed qualification for dental therapists. So this prescribed qualifications comes, let's click on it so that you understand what they are going to talk about. So prescribed qualification for dental therapists. Okay, so this is what they are trying to say here. Let's say if you did study in New Zealand, okay, then you should have this prescribed qualification. If you studied in Australia, you will be eligible to register. Then they have order. This order is where overseas registration will come in. Okay. So we are going to click on, look at this, undergraduate dental therapy degree or diploma or undergraduate degree. So these are the prescribed qualifications for practicing. So you could take time to go through all these things, okay? This is it. Prescribed qualification means that you qualified outside of New Zealand, but they can accept your qualification, okay? This is another way that you get registered, okay? Then we are going to go back so that you see another method that you can register with this New Zealand Dental Council, so you can practice in New Zealand as a dental therapist. Look at what they say here. If your qualification is not prescribed, you have two choices, okay? Number one is to sit for an examination. Then number two, apply to have your overseas non-prescribed qualification training assessed. So guys, this is where we are going to concentrate on. As an overseas qualified dental therapist, this is the two options you have to get registered with the New Zealand Dental Council and practice in New Zealand. Also move to New Zealand to practice, okay? So we are going to see what it requires to sit for this examination and how to register for this examination, everything you need to know and how to register for. And it is very, very easy and very, very simple. Okay, if you've tried GDC registration for UK, you will see that this method, moving to Australia, and registering with Australia, moving to New Zealand and registering with New Zealand Dental Council is even better. Okay, so they said you can sit for an examination, okay, and you can also send. So instead of, if you don't want to go through the process of sending your documents for assessments, I will advise you sit for an examination. I have my reasons and I will show you why I said it and you will see it. So let's move together, okay? So the first one, let's first of all click on individual assessment of qualification so that you see everything that you are required to do or everything that is required of you for your qualifications that you obtain in another country, your dental degrees. This to be assessed, okay? So let's click on it. So let's click on it. It's going to now assessment of individual qualifications and experience. So they're going to assess your qualifications and are going to assess your experience. Okay, so let's move down, guys. Okay, let's move down. Look at what they said here. If you do not hold the prescribed qualification, or you may still be able to apply for registration. Okay, it is a legal requirement for you to be registered and you must first establish number one. Okay, now let's move down. So this is the process. The individual assessment process, number one, determine fitness for registration. So you have to determine that you are even fit for this registration first. And then the second step is assessment of your qualifications. Then the third step is assessment of your competence. Then the fourth one is review of practice. Fifth one is online interview. Then lastly, consultant. This is what is obtainable. Okay. So before you start this application, you have to first of all take an online assessment before you can get the form for the qualification assessment. But let's move first. Before we click on the online assessment tools, let's move down first. The first of all, fitness for registration. So They said details on the fitness for registration requirements can be found here. Now, listen, before you start your assessment or before they can assess your qualification, you have the first thing is for you to determine if you are even fit to apply for assessments. So let's click here and see what it requires to be fit. Okay, so when we click here, it's loading, guys. Now listen, I'm going to show you, I'm leading you straight up, step by step, on how you can easily, seamlessly move to New Zealand and practice as a dental therapist. So, fitness to register. Now, requirements for fitness for registration in New Zealand. This is everything. If you pass, if you're sure that you are in good term with all these things here, then you can proceed to apply for assessments. Okay. The first one is you do not satisfy us that you can communicate effectively. They said you may not be registered to practice in New Zealand if you do not satisfy that you can speak and understand English well enough. You have convicted an offense, you have mental physical condition, you face pression, all these things. So if you don't fall on any of this, if you're in good terms with all these things are listed, man, tick this one. This is the first process. To mark it good, that shows you are good to go. And they also have English language requirements. So let's click and know so that you see what they require of you, the English test you can provide. Okay. The first one is they say you satisfy the English language requirements if you meet one of the following. You graduated from a program, you studied in New Zealand or Australia, English is your first language, and you have completed your undergraduate dental training in New Zealand, Australia, United. Okay, you have passed a dental council approved English test. Now look at the approved English tests for that they accept. They accept for dental therapists and all that. You've seen it, guys. Average, okay, they take IELTS, the first one. Can you see it? IELTS with an average score of 7.5 or more, and at least 7 in each of the band. Okay. Then for dental technicians is 7, orthodontic 6. Then they take for OET, for OET they take a pass with a or B grades. So this OET is occupational English test. So if you get an A or B in your occupational English test, you are good to go. Yeah. So that is it on what they require of you from English qualification. So let's move back, guys. We've checked this one. So once you know that you can provide English test, or you are fit, you are good, you are in line with the fitness registration, then the next one is assessments of qualifications. Okay, so this is what they said. So we move. Then for this assessments of qualifications, if you graduated, if your degree is longer than 1 year, that's if you graduated, let's say from 2 years and upwards, you are going to present a case. This is one of the requirements for registration. Okay. Then after that, they have an online interview before they will consider your qualifications and all that. You are going to submit your documents. Okay. You are going to submit your documents, and you're going to be bringing certificate of good standing. So you're going to bring certificate of good standing, and after that you're also going to pay a fee for the assessments. Yeah, so let's take a look at the fee that you can pay, amount you pay for the assessment fee. Let's move, guys. For dental therapy. Okay, let's check registration. So registration and other fees. So guys, are you seeing it? Guys? Assessment of overseas non-prescribed dental qualification, training and experience. So this is the amount you are going to be paying for your documents to be assessed. Yeah. So this is it. You're going to be paying $6,470.50. So when you convert these amounts to your local currency, that's the amount you're going to be paying for your qualification to be assessed by the New Zealand Dental Council. Okay, do you understand? So that is it for the fee you are going to be paying, right? So that is it. That is it. So you see, one of the, like I mentioned earlier, you see why I said even if your qualification is okay, your qualification can be assessed and you will be in good term with them. I think going for the exam is cheaper. So this is one of the reasons. You have seen the assessment fees for assessing your qualification, right? Now we are still checking what it takes for your certificate to be assessed by them. So you've seen the fee, you've seen everything, the online interview, what it takes. Now let's move to getting registered through writing exam, right? So if you want to take your time also to go through this. So going through exam, you can see it. Now we are back here, the New Zealand Dental Therapy Registration Examination. So we are going to click here to take us to what it takes, what it will take you, what it will take you to write their exam and get their license, and their license that will give you the opportunity to travel to New Zealand and practice. Okay, so this is it. So this is it. So you see the steps for sitting the examination, the examination period and attempts, examination fee, examination withdrawal fee. Now let's check the examination fee first, so that you compare assessing your documents and writing the exams, which one will be easier for you. But whichever one you're going to consider, I'm telling you that moving to New Zealand as a dental therapist is going to be very beneficial to you. All right. So this is it, guys. Examination fee. Okay, I think I clicked on. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is where the examination fee is. Have you seen it, guys? The New Zealand Dental Therapy Registration Examination fee. So for you to apply to write the exam, the exam is in two parts. The first exam you're going to write is a written exam, and the second exam is a clinical exam. Okay, so you have to pass the written exam first before you will be qualified to write the clinical exam. So this is the amount you will be paying for the written exam: $3,699.24 for the written exam. Then for the clinical exam is $5,775.2. Okay, so and you're going to write this one first. Have you seen it, guys? So you check. Now you can compare the amount you need to spend on writing the exam to the amount you will have to spend on sending your documents for qualification. Remember, you can only fill the application form online, upload some documents online, but you still need to send the hard copies of your documents to them. Okay, directly to them. So let's move back, guys. Let's see what it entails for this examination. Let's see what it entails for this examination. Okay, so this is it. So if you would want to, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can apply to write this exam. So if you want to get registered with the New Zealand Dental Council as a dental therapist through writing the examination, you are going to come here and you click on this place, apply for written. So let's see what it requires of you to apply for a written exam. Okay. So this is what it implies. Do you believe you meet the examination eligibility criteria? If yes, then send us your eligibility application form and fee for the written examination. Did we approve your qualification? Yes, you are now eligible to sit in the written examination. Then send us your eligibility. Are you seeing this, guys? So this is what you need. This is what you need. Application to be assessed to sit the written examination. Okay. To have your eligibility assessed to write this examination, you're going to do the following. Number one, an eligibility application form. So you're going to fill this form online. Now, this form is going to tell them if you are eligible to sit for the exam or not. Then the second one is all the supporting documents listed in eligibility application form. You're going to send it to them. Then the assessment of eligibility fee. You are going to pay for the fee, eligibility fee. Okay. Then you move down, apply to sit the written examination. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? So this is it. So you're going to be doing all these things, okay? So let's see what the application form looks like. So first thing you need to do if you want to go through this examination process is for you to fill this eligibility application form. So let's click on it. See, if you want to, when you are doing this on your own, if you're doing this on your own, you have to follow these procedures if you want to go through exam. But if you want to go through sending your your degrees, sending your qualification to them for them to assess it, then you have to go through another means. So you have to apply for that one. You take your time to go through the website so that you'll be able to apply for it. Okay. So enrollment in the New Zealand Dental Registration Examination, important information. This form is to be used by candidate applying to learn. Are you seeing it? So this is the form. This is the form. Incomplete application will not be accepted and will be returned. All documents verifying your identity must be certified by the same person. Page 9 contains, are you seeing it? So this is a form you are. Please specify which examination you are applying for. So your dental therapist, you're going to click here. You're going to please submit complete form and documents. So what you're going to do is you are going to, so when you get to this point, when you click on this assessment form, you are going to print it out. You are going to print it out. Then you fill all the informations here. You fill all the informations. When you get to this point, you take time to go through the form. You take time to go through it. In filling this form, you are going to need an international passport. So you take time to go through everything. You upload your own passport, international passport. Are you seeing it, guys? So when you are done filling this form, what you are going to do next is to, even if you're married, you can apply to get access. And marriage or not is not a barrier for you not to get this exam or be assessed. So when you're not filling this form, you're going to email it to this email address here. Or you can send it direct to them through courier or post. If you don't send it direct to them, you can use DHL or FedEx and it will get to them. Okay. But if you want to send it through email, you can email it to them through this email address. So when they access this form, they will reply you whether you are to further your application to sit for the exam or not. Okay, so that's all you need for applying through the examination method. That's all you need. So you also need to pay for eligibility fee. For them to access this letter you'll be sending to them, you pay an eligibility fee. You still see the eligibility fee here. You will still see the eligibility fee here. Okay. Uh-huh. And see it. So you're paying for all these things. So this is it. This is where you see the fees you are going to be paying. This is where you're going to see all the fees you're going to be paying. Yes. So when you meet all these things, you are good to go. So when you submit, when they assess your form, when they assess your eligibility application form, after assessing it, and you meet the assessment, then you can send your documents. And another things, when your documents are ready, and when your documents are ready, they will now email you. So they will send you an email letting you know that you can follow your application to write the exam. And when you write the exam and you pass the written exam, you will move to applying for clinical exam. So when you pass the two exams, they will issue you the practicing license to officially qualify you to practice as a dental therapist and as an overseas qualified dental therapist in the New Zealand. Okay, so guys, if you found this video informative, helpful, and interesting, okay, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video. If you have any question, leave it at the comments section. And if you want to apply, but along the line you're facing some difficulties, you can, okay, send me a message on Instagram. The link to my Instagram page is there in the description. Okay, or you can leave your question at the comment section. All right. So the link to the examination registration, the assessments, and everything, I'll leave it at the comments section. Okay. So good luck on your application and good luck on your registration as you consider applying for this. All right.